I'm gonna have to learn how to ride all over again. Alright, I've had a few people ask about this, so since I'm taking a break at the top of the hill, let's see how far this will go, and then we'll drive it back again. Also, I think it's broken. Oh yeah, I broke one of the shocks on it. Oops. Yeah, the broken shock doesn't help, but honestly, this was never a well thought out idea anyway. It's just kind of like something I kept wanting to do, and I'm like, well, let me try it anyway and see how it goes. So this is the top of the hill here, coming into Sierra Blanca. And yeah, like I said on the other clip, the idea of this would be if I could drive it at least a couple hundred yards away. What I realized when I was testing this on the ranch, if this had twice as big of tires, it would be actually useful, I think. But every little pebble bounces it too much, right? So you can't use it for driving footage. The other thing is if I had an autopilot on it, I've seen guys do using Ardu Pilot, it's based on Arduino. You could tell it to go a specific compass heading and it would stay straight. It would make corrections to make sure it went straight. And then you could give it some, like with machine learning, you could tell it, okay, follow the white line but don't cross it. Okay, so then it could drive forward and you'd say, okay, go 500 meters and stop and then turn around, right? All of these are things that people are doing. It's not something I had time this year to mess with. So I just totally love the idea though, because if I could have this thing drive forward and stop near the top of the hill and set up the camera and then start recording, and then I'd sit back here and I'd get on the bike and I'd start pedaling, and then I'd stop at the top of the hill and stop for another break and then pull out the remote and have the car drive itself up to me. Or like the drones have a return to home feature. Well, there's guys that have been reprogramming that so that home equals where the transmitter is. So instead of home being where it took off from, you either fly or in this case drive, and then the drone would automatically try to keep up to you or go to where you were stopped at. So you could just tell it, okay, come to me, and it would do basic obstacle avoidance and get there. I mean, yeah, the Mars rovers can do obstacle avoidance and the Tesla cars can do it, but it's actually, the problems have been solved and now it's something that hobbyists are able to do. The question will be how much time I want to put into it in between all the other projects I want to do. But I have been thinking about it because it would be a lot of fun on the ranch, like when I'm gone. If I left a little car like this that could drive itself around the ranch once in a while and take pictures and upload them to my website, then when I'm on the road I could look back and make sure the front door hadn't blown open or something, you know. I don't know if that helps if you're 4 states away, if you know that, but anyway, that was That was the little drone, little Rover, I guess we'll call it. Everybody thinks of drones as flying, but technically it doesn't have to be a flying drone. But that's what everybody thinks about. Oh, as far as flying drones, well, Joseph gave me a couple, and I think somebody else gave me one too. I've got 2 or 3 flying drones sitting at home, little, you know, the little hobbyist ones. Nothing like a big fancy DJI or something like that. It's so windy where I live, very seldom do I have a day where I don't want to do anything else, and then it's, you know, a low enough airspeed that I could take a drone out and practice flying it. And I'm just thinking I would just destroy it in the first day, and then it's no good, you know. So I'm tending not to fly it, and so anybody asks, yeah, I do have a couple, but I've not taken the time to even really take them out yet. So thanks, but sorry I haven't got around to it, kind of thing. All right, yeah, that was the Rover.